Hey guys, Paul Morrow here again for Opsdesk.org, doing a 3-minute recap for Thursday, 23 October. So I have to talk about a trend that really seems to be rising. We did it today on the 5, and that is the fact that the rhetoric on the left really does seem to be getting more and more extreme and more violent. And when you look around at the thought leaders on the left right now, you have Pritzker, AOC, Bernie Sanders, Gavin Newsom. It's just getting hotter and hotter. And there's no adult in the room. And Dana Perino on the 5 really said it best, I think. She has the ability to kind of summarize things very well. And she said, where is the daddy? Where's the father on the Dem side to say, grow up, knock it off, go to your room, think about what you're doing, and let's come back out and start an adult conversation. They don't have anybody doing that. Closest they seem to have is John Fetterman from Pennsylvania, and they're looking to launch him. So right now, if the Dems don't knock it off, they're going to find themselves in real hot water. Because aside from the fact that they're polling lower than they ever did, you also have the fact that you have a congressman now who's talking about the fact that he's going to set up a database to track ICE. Are you kidding me? What ICE is doing is legal. They're following people that are either here illegally or are committing crimes. 97% of America wants people that are here illegally who are committing crimes out. 97%. You can't get anybody to agree at that level. This is what people voted for. This is what the electorate wanted. And instead, you're setting up a database to track them. Pam Bondi already pushed back on it. I'd go even further. I would put them on notice and say, you set up this database, and any of that information gets out to the activists, and anybody in ICE gets hurt, you're on the hook as a co-conspirator. You're on notice right now, because it is going to leak out if they do this thing. I don't care what they say. Some intern or fellow traveler is going to leak it out to the activists, just like we saw in Chinatown yesterday in New York on Canal Street, and you're going to have riots. If it comes from the database, you're a co-conspirator, you're going to be under arrest. And you should let them know that, DOJ, because that is bullshit. And it better not be publicly funded. All right, let me move on. You had this mafia case that came down today. A lot of people talk about it. I was on the air. Here's the thing that surprises me about this case. Why is anybody surprised? I can't believe anybody is surprised. Of course they're still around, the mafia. I don't know why the epitaph was written for those guys. Of course they're going to be around if there's money to be made. So they're going to keep going. But I will say this. I think the case is going to expand. They got well over 30 arrests, and yet they only got about 29 people named on the indictment. That means unnamed people, they're probably cooperating, starting to cooperate. I think they probably had an undercover or a number of informants in there. I think the case is going to be expanded. The NBA is in for a rough ride here. Lastly, I just want to say that tomorrow we have the arraignment of Letitia James down in Virginia. I'm going to be on the air. This will be interesting. And here's my question. Do we get the mugshot? They put out Trump's. It wasn't DOJ, but nonetheless,